Hardcore hide-and-seek masters tournament. The childhood dream of hide-and-seek is finally realized. A brand new map is unlocked. An amusement park in Moscow that hasn't closed down yet. 6 university students must hide with the help of two mentors. The winning team will share a 600,000 prize. Considering the frozen, snowy conditions and the large map, the hunting time is extended to 1.5 hours. During this time, the hunter also has 3 chances to use his walkie-talkie. Mentor Kun's team looks determined. Can last season's champion, Timur, defend his title? Mentor Boris's team is also full of confidence. Their team even has a mysterious horror, who is already hidden in position. The challenge begins. Everyone moves out quickly. Player number 1, Timur. In the last round of jungle hide-and-seek, his incredible move of squeezing into a tiny dog hole is still fresh in everyone's mind. He, who considers dogs his mascot, plans to dress up as a husky and hide in a doghouse for this challenge. A perfect deception. The premise is that the huskies don't sell him out for this skillful girl, specially handmade a dog costume. With his mentor's help, he completes the disguise. The huskies seem to welcome this new breed. Timur tries to disguise himself in this position, pretending to be a hibernating dog, but Kun says this is too obvious. Fortunately, the roof of the doghouse can be lifted. After Timur crawls in, they put the roof back on, leaving only his doggy butt exposed. Absolutely perfect. The hiding spot confines for player number 2, Pavel, is also brilliant. Anyone who's been in an amusement park's house of mirrors knows that once you're inside, it's hard to even find the exit, let alone find a person hiding within. The prop is a custom-made mirror. He finds a blind spot to hide in, then fits the mirror into place, perfectly blending in with the surroundings. Simply incredible. He tries to find a hiding spot for player number 3, Svetlana. In the upside-down house, however, there's no suitable place here. But don't doubt Kun's boundless imagination. Another perfect hiding spot is ready. His plan is to have Svetlana hide in a roller coaster car, then use a pre-prepared tarp to wrap the car tightly. Next, they tie it up securely to prevent the tarp from being blown away by the wind. Finally, they send her and the car on their way. The car slides along the track to a position that is difficult to reach. With that, Team Kun is all set. Meanwhile, Boris's team strategy also makes full use of the map's features. He suggests that Dima hide on the Ferris wheel. Although it's a very obvious target, the dozens of cabins are enough to intimidate the hunter. Checking them one by one would waste a lot of time. Even so, Boris specifically reminds Dima not to get cocky. You can see right through the transparent glass. He must hide under the seat and hold out until the end. The hiding spot he finds for Xenia is also very clever. It's a large trash can, big enough to fit a person's body. Cover it with cardboard, then pile trash on top. If the max score is 10, this disguise would get an 8.4. And the remaining 1.6 points come from this heavily paid NPC next to her. His job is to push the trash can containing Xenia all around the park, and the last mysterious player, Igor, is hidden away. The hunter has only an hour and a half to find his prey. His hunting time officially begins. The huge amusement park is brightly lit. Footprints are clear on the snowy ground. Are they clues or traps? He can't tell. He enters a building and finds the decor is wildly fancy. There are still many potential hiding spots. He can only do a rough search first. The hunter arrives at the House of Mirrors. This is Pavel's hiding spot. The reflections from all directions leave him completely bewildered. He gets lost just trying to walk through, to avoid bumping into the glass walls. He can only feel his way out by touching the mirrors, as luck would have it. Among the countless mirror walls, why is only this one so crudely made? As the mirror is removed, Pavel, hiding inside, has nowhere to run. He is eliminated. It was a great idea, but the execution of the details was too careless. The hunter gets his first catch in just 10 minutes. The smile on his face is harder to suppress than an AK's recoil. He locks onto a small train by the path, covered with a tarp, but there's nothing unusual inside. Little did he know, the hunter's every move was being watched by Dima on the Ferris wheel. He hums a little tune happily. It seems he's confident he'll win this match. The hunter passes the carousel and is about to check a small hut nearby when he spots something unusual in the distance. It turns out to be a sanitation worker still on the job. It's certainly tough. As the hunter, he must work even harder. He passes the kiddie rides that children love, jogging along, looking for suspicious spots. He checks the frozen throne, nothing unusual. His gaze finally lands on the massive Ferris wheel. The ride is still running at this hour, which is truly suspicious. The hunter walks straight over, ready to investigate. He looks into the control room and sees there's an operator on duty. After a polite greeting, the hunter asks why the machine is still running. The reply is that this is a standard procedure to check for equipment problems before closing. Hearing that one rotation takes 30 minutes, the hunter instantly gets a headache. He's in a dilemma about whether to search it or not. By the time Dima's cabin reaches the bottom, as expected, the hunter has already left. Dima feels like he's in a solid position. The hunter trots along and once again runs into the sanitation worker. He stealthily follows him. Around the corner, he finds the trash can left aside, but the man is gone. It turns out the guy is relieving himself in a corner. The scene is a bit awkward. The hunter quickly scurries away. He follows a wooden bridge to the petting zoo at the end of the amusement park. Here, the huskies are huddled together, sleeping. The hunter checks them one by one. Timur's disguise, to him, just looks like a sleeping dog. Finding nothing, he turns and leaves. A full sweep of the park has taken 30 minutes. He prepares to use his walkie-talkie for the first time. Mercilessly taunted by the players, the hunter becomes even more excited. He climbs over a fence, ready to check a conspicuous red and white striped wooden hut. But just then, a cabinet next to it catches his eye. Compared to the hut's snow-white roof, the snow on the cabinet is clearly disturbed. He tries to lift the cabinet. The prey inside is revealed. It turns out this is Team Boris's last member, Igor, the mysterious horror. Igor never expected that Team Boris's trump card would also be eliminated. Both teams have now lost one player. Can the remaining players win for their teams? Let's continue to watch. The hunter begins his second search. Right away, he runs into the sanitation worker again. He tries to get some information from the man, but the worker says he's already depressed enough working overtime alone. So how would he have time to care what they're up to? The hunter is left speechless. It seems he can only rely on himself. Unexpectedly, Dima contacts the hunter himself. I must say, having a god's eye view certainly gives you the right to be arrogant. The hunter stands in the center of the park, momentarily out of ideas. Suddenly, he catches a glimpse of the roller coaster on the track. This is the exact spot Kun specially chose for Svetlana to hide. What made the hunter suspicious? Let's pause for 3 seconds. That's right, there's no snow on the tarp. Whereas before, both the little train and the hut roof were covered in white snow. The hunter goes underneath and prepares to use his walkie-talkie for the second time to confirm his suspicion. Ha ha. Ha. There really is prey inside, but the question now is, how can he get up there to catch them in the act? By getting on the roller coaster, of course, and going over to arrest the prey himself. With a push of his legs, the cart, at a speed of nearly 5 miles per hour, rapidly approaches the target. Sometimes, a man's happiness is just that simple, but unexpectedly, just then, the hunter makes a new discovery. He thinks he sees a figure moving on the Ferris wheel. Well, it turns out Dima wasn't hiding properly under the seat. Instead, he was brazenly exercising. Mentor Boris is probably about to explode with anger. Svetlana in the roller coaster undoubtedly slips through the net. Meanwhile, Dima, hiding in the Ferris wheel, has already been locked onto by the hunter. As the Ferris wheel slowly descends, the hunter finally gets to experience the joy of lying in wait. Dima has nowhere to hide and can only accept his fate. Only Xenia and Timur are left on the field. Time is running out. The hunter follows the path from his first sweep, checking a few suspicious spots, but he still finds nothing. On the way, he he meets the sanitation worker again. The man says he's about to get off work. The hunter, who was about to keep walking, suddenly turns back and catches up to the NPC. Could it be that Xenia's hiding spot has been exposed? It turns out the kind-hearted hunter just wanted to help, so the worker could get off work earlier. After some searching, the hunter once again follows the wooden bridge to the petting zoo. The dogs in the cages have already gone into their dog houses. But looking at the situation in cage number 4, the dog in the doghouse ... Why hasn't it but moved from the very beginning? And its fur color and shape are a bit suspicious. The hunter opens the cage, leans in, and takes a sniff. Sniffs. Poor Timur is eliminated. The god of the doghouse has fallen. Feel sorry for him for 2.5 seconds. After Timur is captured, the 1.5 hour search time is over. The results are revealed. Even mentor Boris doesn't know where his player is. Everyone searches the amusement park for a long time. They finally find Xenia. The NPC deserves huge credit. He should get a bonus. An impressive strategy, you have to admit. Congratulations to Team Boris for winning the 600,000. So, here's the question. If you were the hunter, how many people do you think you could find within the time limit?